Okay, we're playing another League of Blue-White today. We're trying out Ivan Floch's list from GP Stockholm. So, let's see how it feels. It's got like one less sweeper than some of the lists, a bit more counter magic. It seems pretty well prepared for the mirror, which is nice. Alright, this is fine. Terminus in our open is not great, but we've got a Serum Visions to smooth things out. Looted Delta. Hopefully this is like a mirror. Our hand's not bad in the mirror just because we have so many lands. No, my Serum Visions. Alright. Now this hand kind of sucks, I will admit. Losing the Serum Visions, not ideal. I wonder if they're on GDS. That would be a yes. Okay, GDS has been really popular online recently. Deck is like, at least in the league, seeing a bit of a resurgence in terms of popularity. I feel like I'm playing against it once every couple leagues or so. Tasiga, Brutality. Huh, Tasiga. Hey there, Ninja. Yeah, I figured I should actually play some Magic now. Morning, Imogen. Good to see you. Alright, I am ready to die to this Tasiga. My game is still set to Hollow Knight. Oh my gosh, you're right. I need to update that. Good point. I'm not used to having to worry about that, Luke. Thank you. Should be updated now. Snapcaster's not a bad one. Can flashback the Serum Visions, dig for something to deal with the Tasiga. Try and set up a Terminus or something. Oust plus Terminus. This is absurd. Jeez. Do we want Timely? We definitely want the Terminus. We're drawing that 100%. I'm just not sure about the Timely. So what I'm kind of tempted to do, if I actually draw Timely next turn, I can go Oust plus... I guess Timely doesn't gain us life, it just makes chump blockers, so it's not like exciting from that perspective. I'm just thinking that if we draw Timely next turn, we can go Terminus into pass the turn with Cryptic up, which is kind of appealing. Get some mileage out of this Cryptic. I think I'm actually into that idea. I think this is fine. I think just making some 1/1s with the Timely is going to pay off, most likely. Dismember? Yep, sure. Not bolting themselves with the Dismember because they have lands that can do that, and they don't want to put themselves in Colonnade range too soon. Makes sense. Alright. I'm gonna lead with this Timely. Try and make some 1/1s here. If it resolves, I'm probably just passing the turn. Rather than fight over the Tasiga when I have a Terminus on top. And lots of creatures on board to block it. It's kind of nice, they can't go Stubborn, Snap, Stubborn here. Because they only have the 2 blue mana. Oh, they're just activating Tasiga? Jeez. Sure. You can have the Dismember. I guess it's good against Colonnade, but whatever. Now that they've done that, if their plan is to just activate Tasigur a bunch, I should maybe consider ousting it. Otherwise they just sit there drawing cards whilst we're not killing them. The Terminus on top right now is looking kinda awkward. I guess I could have tried to sneak down a Field of Ruin at some point to shuffle it away. Alright, well, we are not using this Terminus. In fact, we do get to hold Cryptic up now, which is kind of disgusting. I don't know if I'm attacking with these soldiers, with that in mind. I don't really want to make their shadows better. Like, I wouldn't mind getting them in Colonnade range, but I think I'm just going to pass the turn. The Cryptic is the one card they don't know about too, which is nice. They might run headfirst into it. Dead soldier token. Yup. Oh. That is fine. Kinda nice that the card they got back off Tasigur didn't actually, like, accomplish very much. So the only way this Tasigur resolves is if they have double stubborn. So, like, I'm feeling pretty safe against it. I guess they could have a K command in hand, but go Mag Angler. I don't really... I guess I should just cash this in, since it's, like, so hard to get profitable exchanges with this in this matchup once a creature's on board, because of Stubborn Denial. Dub stub, if you will. Indeed. Indeed. Alright, I'm pretty happy just cashing it in. It's really hard to get profitable exchanges of this card in this matchup because of Stubborn Denial. So I think that's pretty good for us. When do I start attacking? I think the answer is probably just never. Or not until we know we've got, like, fatal pushes and such out of the way. I just don't want to make their shadows bigger. At the moment, shadows are really unimpressive. It's a 3/3, and, like, Oust even kills it. Dismember on a soldier. Interesting. This is fine. Alright, Snap Cryptic currently does not counter their threats. But it does get a Stubborn Denial out of the hand, which might clear the way for a Terminus. Or they could run headfirst into this mana leak. That could also happen. Jeez. This is kind of ridiculous. Was not expecting this mana leak to do anything anymore. Against anything bar Snapcaster. Alright. That's fine, right? I just get to oust that in my turn. Snap, oust, shuffle it away. With the Field of Ruin. Huh. So I want to go snap, oust, shuffle, Serum Visions. So I need to get the, because then I get the value of the scry on the visions. And we're really looking for a path to exile more than anything off this. Just like a cheap piece of interaction that can stop us dying to battle rage randomly. Kill one of their red sources. Of course they don't have a basic mountain in their deck. So once we kill the second blood crypt, they're going to struggle for that colour of mana. Snapcaster seems great. Jeez. Verdict also good. Yeah, bottom the Colonnade, top the Snapcaster. Honestly we could keep the Colonnade, it's not like unreasonable. Since they're already in range of dying here. Am I attacking now? Again, I feel like I just want to keep the shadows small, more than anything. I feel like I'm currently just outgrinding them. I don't need to actually get aggressive. Alright, this turn, I think... I could hold up Snap Cryptic. I kind of just like Snap Visions. This might even be the point at which I can actually start attacking them, honestly. They didn't play a threat last turn, so... Desfit Path, jeez. It's kind of a ludicrous pair of cards. Yeah, now we can start turning the corner. We have so many answers available to us. That we're not at risk of randomly dying. Sure. Deal. So we know we want the card on top. So I'm kind of disinclined to opt. I guess if I opt... Like, I don't get the value of the scry is the thing, but I guess it's fine. Like, once we start activating this, our mana's like a bit taxed. Or whatever. It's not clear I even want to fire up the Colonnade. It's like 100% just getting pushed. And it means that Snapcaster isn't getting pushed, so like these two should kill over the course of these couple turns. They could Snapcaster now. They haven't had a chance to use their Snapcaster for value, where they cast 2 Delve threats. Well, essentially 3 Delve threats this game. Their graveyard's been already empty. Now they have a bolt available to them. So we could see a Snapcaster to take down like these two. But that's kind of fine. Rawr. Fatal Push we assumed they had. Once this is dead, our mana's a bit more taxed, so I could just opt here. We don't get the value of the scry. Whatever. Just let the Colonnade go. Snapcaster bolts, they clear our board. So now we have no clock, but we're also up like 4 cards on them. So I think this is a-okay. I think I'm cool with this. Guess they could choose not to block the soldier. Sure. That is fine. Ooh, a threat, a Del threat, some description. Yes, I can just go ahead and... I don't really want to spew the verdict when they don't have blue mana open as the thing. I guess I'm just going to lead with the opt. Get more info. Alright, Visions is great. Jace is very great, awesome. Kinda want the path. I feel like our mana is gonna be fairly in use now though, so I'm gonna bottom the opt. Since our mana is gonna be so taxed. But the path is great. I'm just going to de-sphere the Tasiga to use my mana efficiently. Boop. Alright, sure. This timely reinforcements has done work. Jeez, it's kind of absurd. Huh. So we can shuffle away these Terminuses. I can shuffle away the Colonnade too. I kind of like how the Colonnade ends the game, but I guess the game's ending regardless. I should definitely just leave the Colonnade on top though. The Terminus on top for next turn. Then I can path the Snapcaster in their upkeep. Make sure it can't hurt our Jace. I could maybe have waited for attacks, like see if they Battle Rage or anything, to try and take down Jace, but I think it's fairly immaterial. Awesome. This Field of Ruin is going to kill off their red source as well. Yeah, this game is super done. Jeez. That's a Death Shadow. This is a Terminus. Yep. Alright, so sideboarding. So I like Rest in Peace. I like Verdict. Hey, stream team. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. I kind of like Dispel. It's not amazing, but it's certainly fine. Hey there, Og. Good to see you. So what's bad? I don't like Cryptic very much in this matchup just because it's like expensive against their Stubborn Denials. I don't really love Terminus because it's really hard to set up against them. You want at least 2 Rest in Pieces. I feel like Search is a bit slow, and it's not great with our rips either. You'd add Lyra plus Baneslayer. I don't really love those against GDS. I guess they're very hard for GDS to kill though. It forces them to keep in Dismembers, which they don't really want to do. And yeah, that's true, Stream Team. If we can find room, I might do that. I feel like I only want the 1 Dispel. Also, Negate is like not great against them. I could consider these. I don't know. I'm not really in love with them in this matchup. I mean, they can be very fast. I don't think Grixis Death Shadow is a mid-range deck. I think it tries to get people dead. Maybe I could try them out, but yeah, I could give it a try. I'm also just not in love with like expensive cards against their deck in general. I'm not convinced I want like this Timely. It did work that game. I feel like it overperformed its expectations that game. I'll try these out. I'm not convinced I want these here, but I definitely think they're worth a try. Hey, Sweet Bit. Good to see you. They have Dismembers, but I'd be surprised if they leave Dismembers in against us. Yeah. I'd have thought they would board out Dismember as well. Seems awkward against us. It's like not a great answer to Colonnade because by that point their life total is already low. This hand is really nice just because of the Verdict. Verdict is very important. If they don't draw Thoughtseize, it's going to be really nasty. They have LD. They keep in some number of Fatal Push, is my understanding. I don't think I'm just firing off the Serum Visions. I think I just want to get my tapped land down. And then I can go like Field plus Visions on 3 maybe. It's probably worth 2 life to fire this off. Probably. Alright, whatever. Alright, Island can go to the bottom. Do I want a Plains? It means I don't take damage next turn. Also means like I can 100% cast Verdict on 4, which is nice. I think I'm bottoming it though. Worst case scenario, we just like crack a Field or Ruin for a Plains. It's not like the best use of a turn, but push seems strictly worse than Dismember versus blue-white. I wouldn't go that far. I do think it's like a legit thing that if they put themselves down to like 5 or 6 life, then having to like potentially pay 2 or 4 life to kill a Colonnade makes Snapcaster scary for them. So if I cast this now, it just gets Stubborn Denialed. That sucks. So yes, I'm just passing the turn with Opt up, and I get to play this around Stubborn next turn. If I do that, I don't have the white source for my Verdict on time. That's kind of legit. I also have like Okay, I only have the 2 copies of Rest in Peace in. Well, I'm definitely shocking myself regardless, because if I'm not casting Rip, I'm casting both Ops. I'm just like not sure I want to run Rip into Stubborn. We do have to get the Stubborns out of their hand at some point. I think I'm just doing this. I kind of want to be able to like guarantee a white source of the field next turn for Verdict if need be. And like, if we had just got a Stubborn out of their hand there, I think we're pretty happy with that. 2 mana, discard your Stubborn Denial. Yeah, that was great, Swede. I am delighted that somehow worked out. Their deck really struggles to play through a Rest in Peace. Alright. I could use this opportunity to find the white source, or I could just fire off these Opts. I guess a white source sounds pretty great. Mess with their mana a bit whilst we're at it. Alright, they didn't have the Stubborn Denial for the Rip. So I think I'm just gonna slam this Jace and see what happens. No, I could pass this really safe if I pass with Logic Not Up, right? If I pass with Logic Not Up, I'm really safe, and then I get to cast Jace through Stubborn if they've drawn one. I'd prefer to go after their red source, but we needed another white source. What was my thinking? So I guess I'm playing out the field here. Because then if they don't do anything, I get to go... I guess they'd have to put in a land. No, you're right, we should have gone after the Blood Crypt, shouldn't we? Yeah. You're right, bro. For sure. I agree completely. Yep. We should have gone after the Blood Crypt. I agree. Because of the lack of mountain. The expeditions thing was kind of throwing me off. For some reason I was reading it as like Bloodstained Mire just because of the expedition art. Yeah, I have a second chance at it, so it's not the end of the world. I can only do this for 2. So yes, this just resolves, but that's fine. I've got this Verdict. Logic not Rest in Peace combo. Just good deck building. Alright. Give them an extra mana here, I guess, so we can take them off red and find another island. I should definitely have killed the Blood Crypt last turn. Luckily it didn't end up mattering too much. Like, if I'd killed this last turn, they'd have just got a red source with the fetch land this turn instead. So we'd have still just... I guess we'd have removed 2 of the 3 red sources from their deck, which is nice. Whereas now we've only removed 1. Definitely bottom. Definitely bottom. I like this whole bottoming bad cards, drawing good cards thing. I could get used to that. I think I'm just verdicting plus visionsing. Visions can try and look for like another verdict or a path or something. Oh, they can't currently Stubborn Denial, huh? Stubborn Denial currently only just like taxes for 1. Kind of makes me want to like get greedy and chase bounce. They don't have a red source either, and they missed a land drop. I guess then they can flash and Snapcaster to kill Jace. That seems kind of bad. Hey there, Mafioso. Good to see you. Can also just pass with Cryptic up. If they don't do anything, end of turn, go to bounce the Death Shadow, untap, land Jace. Alright, I like this plan the most. I'm gonna Serum Visions pass with Cryptic up. This is a good plan. Oh jeez, that's intense, Mafioso. I'm not jealous of that temperature. They have a steam vents. Okay. I'm just gonna take this hit. And end of turn go for this Cryptic. So return target permanent. Draw a card. Yeah, for sure, Swede. The seasons at the moment are just like getting kind of absurd. Because of all the climate change stuff. This Visions. We're kind of in trouble here, depending what their hand looks like. Could they have another counter? We've definitely run pretty badly drawing both logic knots after the rip. We need their hand to be like just as awkward in the face of the rip too. Incoming Street Wraith. Oh, please let this be a Street Wraith. I would love that so much. Yeah. Like long term I could see that becoming more of a thing here in England too. It's like not something places here really use, but the summers just keep getting hotter and hotter. We can actually logic not for one if they have another Disdainful Stroke. That's kind of adorable. Yeah, hopefully their hand is a bunch of anglers. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This makes me so happy. This makes me so happy. Jeez. Right. Am I playing around Bolt? I think I'm playing around Bolt. I think I can afford to plus here. Hey there, lassie. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well today. Nassif Wood 0. I am much more risk averse. I fate sealed myself. We're just like digging to an answer for the Liliana, right? Well, that's heckin' terrifying. Jeez. This looks embarrassing. I guess. Teferi minus leaves us not technically dead. Yeah, it has Mafioso for sure. Kinda want to field this, then cast Teferi minus. Please don't board in Rip versus Death Shadow. Why wouldn't I board in Rip versus Death Shadow? Their deck kind of half stops functioning without the graveyard though. Like, the only reason they're putting up a fight this game is they've drawn like 3 shadows in their top 20 cards, right? Like, that's the one reason they're putting up a fight, is that they've drawn 3 shadows. This Lyra looks really embarrassing. I remain unconvinced about boarding it in. I feel like the games where this Lyra is good are the games that you're like typically already winning. Quite possibly. Because it's the shadow games that are the scary ones, right? I don't know. I guess if we can land this Lyra, she might just kill our opponent in one hit. Like, if we can get this Death Shadow off the board. Yeah, it might just win us the game here. I might be being overly harsh about the Lyra. Definitely see it just winning us the game. It's an answer to Liliana too, which is nice. Liliana is problematic. Like, ignoring the fact that Lyra is just going to kill them in one hit. I might be being too harsh about this Lyra. Alright, please don't kill my Teferi. Please just have 2 Gurmag Anglers in hand. So if we untap, we get like multiple looks at an answer to the shadow. I want to field first. Not really. My mana could be really constrained. If I draw a Verdict, I want to be able to Lyra plus Verdict. That makes sense. Serum Visions. Serum Visionsing before Field of Ruining is really awkward. Again, my mana is kind of constrained here, so I might not even get to Field of Ruin. Doesn't matter too much anyway. Alright. Let's get rid of this Blood Crypt. Let's hope this Lyra is good enough? Question mark. If they don't kill us, and they're probably unable to kill the Lyra, I guess they could have a Dismember. They haven't had an opportunity to use one yet this game, but seems improbable. They can't Battle Rage, because they don't have a red source, so that's looking okay. Attacking us. No blocks. No Street Wraith. Wow. I take back everything I said against this Lyra. Apparently I was wrong. Will admit it. Happy to admit I'm wrong. I guess I'm gonna start voting in Lyra more often against GDS. Oh my gosh. Boom, yeah, I know, right? That was a pretty great start. Alright, this is fine. Got a path to buy time. I don't know which land is best to lead on. I guess we have to lead on a blue land, because we have... They could technically discard spell us, and then we could draw Logic Knot. So we have to play a blue land first. But if they are on burn, we want to play the plains. Whatever. Did I see Porphyry nodes? Oh, someone had a Porphyry nodes in their board. Yeah, I can't remember who it was. It was someone in top 8, right? It was the person who top 8'd with blue-white who wasn't Joel. Yeah, it was Salvato. Salvato had the, Salvato had the Porphyry nodes. Mirror time. I assume this is a mirror. Could be any number of decks though. I hope it's a mirror because they mold to 5. Yeah, I was at GP Stockholm. I played... Ooh, an Opt. That's kind of nice. Now a Snapcaster does things. I played, I Field of Ruining them. I don't know what deck they're on, right? If they're on a Blood Moon deck, I want to Field of Ruin them. Sorry, I will get to answering that question in a moment. I get distracted very easily sometimes. I played Tron in GP Stockholm and went 11-4, which was pretty solid. Come on, not Storm. Yeah. I'm not in love with fielding them here, because they could then, like, if they're on Storm, they could resolve a Gifts Ungiven. But I also kind of want another blue source. And also, like, winning game 1 against Storm is kind of improbable anyway. I saw a bit of the city, yeah. I thought it was actually really nice. The river that runs through the city is really nice to walk along. Lots of like pretty spots along it. The captain is Francesco Giorgio, who is great. Very excited to be working with him. If you want to win some FNMs, I'd probably just like buy whichever of those you think you'd enjoy more. I think they're probably... I think Martyr proc is better, but for the sake of FNM, they're both like fine. We have a path to Exile for this. I'm just gonna let it resolve. I'm not using up my counterspell on a mana creature. If I go to the Woodland Cemetery, I didn't know there was a Woodland Cemetery. Kind of want to get some pressure going, so I'm going to stick the Snapcaster, untap, stick Teferi, and then have Logic Knot up. I could save this to like pair with the Logic Knot, I guess, as another counter, but or pair with the Path. This is fine though. This game's looking pretty good for us. Yeah, I'll bear it in mind for next time I'm there, Luke. I'm like keen on basically anything like that. Ooh. Alright, I would like to resolve this Teferi. can find woodland cemeteries. Oh my god. Anywhere with M19 packs. Yep. That is an accurate description. Alright, this is looking great for us. Matchup is kind of a nightmare, but I hear opponents mulliganing to 5 is good. And then post board we get Rip, which should help a lot. I've actually never played this matchup before, so I can't promise I won't mess it up. I'm generally pretty bad at playing against Storm with most decks as well. You don't like Snap Opt, you'd prefer to save it for a second Logic Knot, since there isn't that much counter magic in the deck pre-board. I can respect that. That is reasonable. Also, like, the Planeswalkers are going to end the game before the Snapcaster does too, right? That makes sense. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Ace. I was probably wrong to do that. I actually kind of want to cast Jace here, weirdly. It runs head first into their remand, but it also gets the remand out of their hands, so that if they resolve a mana creature, we can fight over it more easily. Also, if they resolve a Barrel, they get to loot, whereas like resolving the Jace now means they wouldn't get to loot off the Barrel. I think this is good. I think I want to cast this Jace. There's like just enough argument for it. Nice. So now we're just looking for more counter magic. I don't think Fate Sealing them accomplishes anything. We have no idea what's in their hand. The Teferi's going to end the game before the Jace does anyway. Alright. They might be passing over gifts up here. That's kind of fine though. Just go fetch an island and then cast this Opt. How much we're meant to like fight over gifts. I feel like I'd rather be fighting with them when they're like trying to go off, right? See what people's early comments on Teferi were. Yeah, they must have been pretty wild, knowing how these things usually go. Cryptic. Nice. Cryptic and Logic Knot. That's kind of unreal. I almost just don't want the Colonnades, right? I just want as much untapped mana as humanly possible. Oh, but these are going to untap from the Teferi trigger. No, the Colonnades are good. Oh, I could oust the Snapcaster to redraw it. You don't think I have enough cards? I never have enough cards. So if they're going for a Gifts end of our turn, we could play the Strand. Right? Because then we can go Logic Knot and still have 2 counters up. Yeah, I think I'm happy just to Logic Knot this. I've got like so many counters in hand at this point. I've got a Jace to bounce the Snapcaster later on too. So also I meant to tap an extra mana there rather than exile a card. Makes like future logic knots a bit harder to cast fully. Temperance. Thank you so much for becoming a Knight of Autumn. Thank you for the support. Everyone put some hearts in chat for our new knight joining us. I really appreciate the support, Temperance. Yeah, let's get that partnership. We can't be that far off, right? We must be getting there really soon. Since it's been like a couple months now since I sent in the request. I've heard it takes about 2 months. I'm actually going to send them a message over the next couple days. If I haven't heard anything by like mid next week, I might send in a message just to like see what the situation is. I have to assume we're seeing another gifts here, right? I probably should have cracked this at the end of their turn. We knew there were bad cards on top. Oust, Snap, and Brainstorm. I could see that Ace, because that gains us life as well. I don't hate that. The one thing I do dislike about that Ace is if I play this Shockland untapped, I have 10 mana. So I get to Logic Knot plus Cryptic plus Snap Logic Knot to make it through to next turn. And like once I untap next turn I win the game, right? Or that like they're forced to start spewing grape shots at Teferi. So I think I do just want to bounce, because it gives me 10 mana. Whereas Ousting would only leave me with 9. I actually, ooh, Pyretic Ritual. Interesting. I actually commissioned the sub-badges last night, so they should be with us in like a week and a half, which I'm really excited about. Repeal the Jace. Does that even do anything? I feel like that doesn't do anything. Sure. I mean, we're gonna have to discard, but we get to like just keep hold of all this counter magic to protect Teferi, which is all that really matters. I guess they don't want us to be able to brainstorm when we ult Teferi next turn. Might be part of the reasoning. Barole is scary. I kind of just want to counter Barole. Move on with my life. Honestly. Like, I could path it. And then we get into weird battles though, and they get to start like casting instants over the top. Maybe that's fine. Maybe it uses my resources better. Saves my counters. Also like lets them build up a mini grape shot for this Teferi potentially. But I don't think that matters too much. Okay. So we just path this again. What I can do, Ace, is I can path this and then counter the ritual, right? And then they have nothing. Because they won't have any mana in the pool. guess I don't even have to path this. I do, because they could play another land, right? So I do have to path this before I counter this. Makes sense. Because that gives them info. I guess it doesn't matter too much, Temperance, maybe alright. I was thinking it gave them, like, very minor info on that, like, we're not planning on using the mana for anything else. I think in reality it probably just doesn't matter. But, fair point. I think it's, like, almost impossible for us to lose from this scenario. Also, we'd rather they loot first, because they might draw the basic they're going to look for. That could also be a thing, I guess. Like, them drawing the basic is obviously just great for us. Let's start stone raining. Sounds great. No! Come back! I was gonna Jace Brainstorm, cast second Jace Brainstorm. It was gonna be beautiful. Yeah, I was gonna double Jace Swede. It was gonna be wonderful. I'm gonna look at this sideboard guide again a second, because I've never actually played this matchup before. See what cards are boarded out. So we board out Timely, some number of Terminus, a Jace potentially, a Cryptic potentially, the Oust, and then we board in Dispels, Negate, Disdainful Stroke. I assume we bring in these Cliques. Do we want Rips? Yes, we do. Cool. I'm not like 100% on bringing in all these Rips. I feel like Snapcasters are really good. I feel like I might only want 2 Rips. Also, like, they board down on graveyard stuff post-board often. I think Logic Knot's pretty good just because you can fight over pieces of the puzzle and gifts given in the early game at least. It gets a lot worse with us bringing in all 3 Rips. Oh, I guess we want the other Verdict as well. We have so many cards right here. We have to take out 3 cards. I'm kind of tempted to trim on Logic Knots just because we do have these Rest in Pieces in the deck now. I'm also tempted to, like, only bring in 2 Rest in Pieces. Yeah, they side out gifts. That's interesting. That's good to know. Maybe that makes Disdainful Stroke not good. Honestly, I could see this just being bad against them. If they don't have gifts post-board, this does almost nothing. And if they do have gifts post-board, we can counter it other ways. Got 1 more card. I'm tempted just to go down to 2 Rips. You think Stroke is bad? I think it is too. Okay, agree. I'm just going to play the 2. I don't want to, like, overload on that effect and it hurts us as well. We finally reached 60 card blue-white teachings. We sure did. Oh my god. No counter magic. Got Clique on free though, and a D-Sphere for a mana bear. I'm gonna keep this. I think they're gonna respect counter magic anyway, even if we don't have it. Opt is a great draw. Makes our Snapcasters live too now. We do not mulligan here. Why would we mulligan? You just start with less cards if you mulligan. Sounds awful. Snapcaster is not the worst. It gives it just like flashes back the art later. We already have like a bunch of 3 mana things to do anyway. Kinda want to draw a counterspell. Or a path. Detention Sphere versus Goblin Tokens, the dream. I think I'm actually going to bottom this. We've already got a 3 mana thing to do. I just really want to find a counterspell. Or a path. Or a rest in peace, I guess. Look at us being really smart. Bottoming the Snapcaster to draw the rest in peace. Just like... couldn't plan it out better. They can resolve a discount bear here, potentially. Which is scary. Or they could just burn through all their Manamorphoses, that's also great. Oh, this must be the empty turn. Maybe? I'm so happy right now. Life is just great sometimes. Yeah, this is kind of value. No gut shot, please. That was kind of disgusting. Hey there, Amy. Good to see you. Oh my god. Sure. They burn through so many resources that I'm kinda okay with them casting a draw too. They put Visions pieces in there. Wait, sorry, Serum Visions and Desperate Ritual in their hand. They have like 2 to 3 empties in their 75 Temperance. I'm doing well today. Yeah, Amy. Slept really well. Been feeling pretty good today. It's nice doing a weekend stream too. I haven't done one of these in a while. Games are going well as well. We've been winning a bunch already. Kinda want to like go Clique plus Serum Visions. Like just main phase the Clique even. I guess if they had a remand they'd have shocked themselves. Did they put their land in tapped this turn? They played a Spire Bluff Canal. Alright. So they could still have remand in hand. I think I'm just going to main phase Clique them and see what's up over there and cast this Visions. I think that sounds pretty good. Like I could resolve Jace here, but I think we're far enough ahead that I just want to play it safe. Ritual, Repeal, Visions, Visions. Huh. We're definitely taking something. Whether it's a Repeal or a Visions, I'm not 100% sure. Because they can repeal the Rip to try and go off at some point. I think I'm taking the Repeal, so that they can't touch the Rest in Peace. Bottom... Guess I just bottom this too. Next time we get to go to Teferi plus Negate, hopefully. Yeah, go ahead. You are very welcome to post clips. As long as they don't find a remand, I think we're in a pretty great position here. I don't know why I have our graveyards open. Everything is just in exile anyway, just force of habit. With no Manamorphoses left in their deck, even if they repeal the Rip, it's going to be hard to set up any sort of Past in Flames kill. Manamorphose can be pretty important to those sorts of kills. Or at least to like someone who doesn't play Storm, it always feels that way whenever I play against them. Right, that's an interesting one. I guess that doesn't do much with the Rip. Yeah, I'm just going to slam Teferi and hope they don't have the remand. If they don't, we're just going to like go miles ahead with the card draw whilst we have Negate backup. Alright. This is the one downside to getting aggressive with the Clique. If we just waited on it, then we could have tried to take a remand out their hand, since remand is basically the most annoying card for us. They're tearing through their deck. They've cast 3 Visions, 3 Slights, and 2 Ops. Like, the vast majority of their cantrips are gone. I guess the thing we most want to find is a Supreme Verdict, right? So we can't randomly die to an empty. Sick. Huh. Fate Seal them or Brainstorm. I think Brainstorm. I think if they manage to like Grape Shot down my Jace, I just want to have got the extra cards off of him. Wow, that's such a good find. Alright, that's great. We're in a really good position now. I'm just going to hold back the Clique to block the Burrow. Don't think we're really winning with damage here. We're just going to win by locking our opponent out. That's true. If they Grape Shot my Jace, I'm probably winning. They're going to have to like use up a bunch of resources to do that, right? That is very true. Now we untap with Jace in play. Nothing ever goes wrong when someone untaps with Jace in play, right? Oh my god. Search underneath the Visions. Could just pass with both of these up instead of getting greedy with the Teferi. I can scry away the search with the Visions too. Path is great. We don't have the path this turn, I guess, but both of these are cards we want. Again, just passing the turn with Clique on defense. We can't lose this game as long as we're brainstorming every turn. Awesome. This turn we get to path the Parole. Oh, that's true Temperance, because we do have the Field of Ruin to reshuffle, to be fair. So we do have a way to reshuffle. That's a reasonable point. I might even just shuffle away the Teferi. I don't know. I kind of want to slam Teferi like maybe next turn if I hit my land drop. In which case I guess I don't really want the Cryptic as much, because it's just expensive. I'm like a little worried shuffling away a Verdict, but long term we can even minus on the D-Sphere to have it in our deck so we can brainstorm into it if we're worried about Goblin tokens. So it's not like we only have these two Verdicts to answer Goblin tokens thanks to Teferi being a very messed up card. Alright, shuffle away your Barol. Exile it rather, I guess. Crack this Field of Ruin to shuffle away our brainstormed garbage. Ooh, Snapcaster. That is a solid ambush viper. Alright, I can start attacking now. Honestly, I could just be patient here, and then like ambush viper in the end step. If we cast a Teferi, we only have Negate plus Dispel open. Oh, whatever. Just be patient. There's no way we're losing this game, as long as we hold up our mana. We won game 1. Yep, Cresta. Our opponent mulled to 5 in game 1. It's a big part of the reason for that. Ooh, I think they have 1 island left. So this isn't quite Swords to Plowshares. Okay. And now we have another counter, so again I'm just not going to cast a Teferi because we've got plenty to do already. Just like hold open our mana and we cannot lose. This could be the turn where they try and go for a decent empty the Warrens, I guess. Which is not something I particularly care about. If they use up all their resources on it, then we're happy just verdicting and continuing with the game. Oh, we can even use Cryptic to bounce the D-Sphere, jeez. Didn't realise that. That's kind of great too. Should be game. Let's see what they go for here, but pieces. Huh. I don't think that matters. Is Teferi better than Jace the Mind Sculptor? I mean, it's all context, right? Depends where you're talking about them. Like, I think Jace is better than Teferi in general, but Teferi definitely has a bunch of things going for him. I have to assume. I don't know much about old standards. like, definitely I'm assuming that Jace and Coreblade was like more impactful than Teferi in Standard at the moment, but I guess Jace was probably just more impactful than Teferi, full stop, in Standard, right? Like, sure, Teferi has been amazing, but Red-Black's still just been the best deck anyway. I haven't lost a game yet, sick. Teferi should have been given 4 abilities, yeah, Teferi's not good enough yet. So underpowered. That's true. Jace is better with a Teferi emblem. They're basically best friends. Hey there, Crania. Good to see you. Glad to know I could help out. It's nice to see Jace finally find a good shell. Yep. It was a bit sad when Jace was like unbanned in Modern, and then like a month later no one was playing Jace. Just like unban the best planeswalker ever, and 1 month in people have already given up hope. They really did. They really did try him in everything. Including lots of very suspect decks. Alright, opponent's going to be casting creatures and we're going to be happy. Huh. This hand is looking less good right now. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, this hand is looking a little awkward against Cinderglade. Against Titan Shift or something. Uh-huh. Yeah. Alright, let's draw Negate into Cryptic Command, into Snapcaster. That was none of those cards. I'm tempted to cast this as a gain 6. I guess that doesn't matter against that much against Prismatic Omen. This is just like nether making creatures though, right? With Jace to shuffle it away. I think a gain 6 is probably the best it will ever be, I think I agree. Yeah. I'm not in love with it, but it actually matters against Balakuts with Prismatic Omen to gain a bit of life. That makes sense. Rosator. Alright, start. I don't even know what we're plussing away. We should probably be plussing on ourselves, honestly. Guess this forces them to crack the fetch land though, which is nice. Or crack the Elder, rather than attack with it. Alright. This is definitely wrong half of the deck syndrome right now. This is honestly a bit impressive. Jace was a 4 mana gain 6. We've cast 2 gain 6s this game. Gain 6.deck, I know, right? No Primeval Titan. That's good news. That's less good news. So because of Prismatic Omen we die here. They grab 4 Balakuts and 2 other lands. I guess we could have Cryptic here to bounce the land. That'd be kind of great. Imagine if we had Cryptic here, bounce your Valakut, draw a card. And then we just die to the Valakuts next turn, I guess, but still. Alright. Let's pretend that game didn't happen. Titan Shift. So Disdainful Stroke seems amazing. Negate seems amazing. Assume we want these cliques. They get bolted pretty well, but maybe we want these just because they can end the game, and like we probably have some duds in the main deck. I did indeed tempt fate. Winter is indeed coming. Alright, well then. Can take out the Oust. D-Sphere answers Prismatic Omen. I don't love the Verdict either. I guess Verdict kills Titan. I guess this is the stuff we're considering. Can winter come faster, please? No, I'm loving it at the moment. It's like a nice temperature. I am not the biggest fan of winter. I used to love it when I was a child, but I struggle with the cold a bit nowadays. What are we cutting as the final two cards? Paths out. It's fair, we'd rather like... They're going to bring in tireless trackers though. This is the thing. I guess like we can kill those with Supreme Verdict, but then we don't get to hold open counter magic. Yeah, my inclination is to cut Verdicts. Obviously Path isn't not great against Valakut specifically. But I think I'm gonna do this. We have a lot of 5s at the moment, we do. Yeah, cutting Verdict like lowers our curve a bit. I'm not sure if we're meant to bring in the Angels here, but I feel like there's some amount of impetus on us to finish the game. And it's good against like the mid-range plan they can sometimes have post-board. Alright, this Opt has a lot of work to do. Not entirely sure this hand was a keep. Am I trying to stifle them on mana at all? I guess the longer I wait on the mana leak, the worse it gets, right? And I just want to buy a bit of time. This gets to counter Tireless Tracker next turn, which is a really annoying card. And their deck is like all mana. Just letting this resolve. The mana leak will do something soon. Doesn't need to do something this turn specifically. I have to bottom this and just dig for lands. Like, the search helps us dig for lands, which is why I was considering it. But I think if we hit 2 lands in a row, our hand is just really strong. Alright, that one I am going to counter. I think I'm just using a mana leak. Still has a few turns of life in it. Negate isn't great in general. Alright. They get to threaten prime time this turn. So even if we hit the land, we wouldn't be able to slam Jace, because we'd just die to prime time. So like, not hitting the lands here isn't actually the end of the world, weirdly. with like a couple counter spells to protect us from cards we actually care about. Alright, the lifespan on this one is lingering. And like, the 1/1's beating down is actually not unannoying. Field of Ruin's great, we can kill the Valakut. Do I want to just kill Valakut and pass? Yeah, mono Steves. Steve, tribal. I think I'm just gonna pass the turn. I'd like to like get a second white, be able to use this field to find a second white source, but I also want to have counter magic up. If they just pass the turn here, I get to kill the Valakut anyway. If they do something, it runs right into the Cryptic. Yeah, I kind of wanted to try that out, Legion. I played against someone at the last GP who was playing a list very similar to that. Okay, I just have to pass the turn, I can't let a primetime resolve. Just need to hit land drop so I can go Jace with counter backup. Obviously they're not going to cast anything whilst we have our mana open like this, but... well, nothing of relevance anyway. Awesome. Land is great. Don't think I can afford to cast anything still, but we're only one land away from Jace now. And then like another land away from Baneslayer. And the Jace will like find the land for Baneslayer, which works out really nicely. Awesome. Right, so obviously we die to double scape shift. But most other things, I think we're well equipped to fight, and I think we do just need to get pressure on board. Sick. What am I getting rid of? So I'm redrawing one of these next turn. So I guess I can literally only cast one Cryptic, so Cryptic can go at the bottom. That makes sense. So if they have Scape Shift, we die. Or 2 Scape Shifts, but we beat Primetime. Hey there. Alright, they hit down our Jace. Awesome. That implies they do not have anything too scary here. That is fine. It's Primetime most definitely gets countered. Carnage Tyrant. Uh-huh. Now I know why we're meant to have Verdicts in our deck. Right. Well, that is a thing. Yeah, Carnage Tyrant's a hell of a card, Alex. Guess I just need to get my Baneslayer in play. And then, like, ride the Cryptics for a while. Hey, yeah. Guess that is the plan. Yeah, Baneslayer, hold open Logic Knot, and then we just get to, like, Cryptic tap down their team for a while. Hope the Baneslayer kills them in time. Yeah, we figured out the reason. Successfully figured it out. Oh my gosh. So how much mana do we have next turn? This turn we're having 7 for Baneslayer plus Knot. So we want an untapped land next turn, so we can go Jace plus Cryptic. So I can put the Fountain at the bottom. Alright, this is great. Still, I think we're still in a good position, weirdly. The Tyrant kinda doesn't matter here. They have to, like, eat up a bunch of their turn on this pact this turn. It's going to be very hard for them to race the Baneslayer. Interesting. Yes, we pop one of the Steves. They just let us gain the life for some reason rather than sacrifice the Steve. Cool. Deal. That made this game easier. Expedition. I think I'm just meant to let that resolve, right? It makes a Valakut really threatening. But I think we'll be fine. It does make a Valakut really, really threatening if they play one from their hand. I don't think I can afford to spend a counter on it, though. Sure. Alright, so this time we could go Search plus Knot plus Cryptic. And then next turn go for the Jace, potentially. The Search isn't going to flip anytime soon. Oh, this shortens our clock by a turn, so we have a 3-turn clock. Okay. Huh. Alright. Cool. We have a 3-turn clock because of the Colonnade on the final turn. I think I'm just getting down the Search this turn. Passing with double counter up. Since the Jace only dies anyway. We just need to hope this Baneslayer doesn't get killed somehow. Should mainly involve Valakut triggers. Hey Hobart. Good to see you as well. Next turn we can Cryptic tap down the Tyrant. Does this even matter? I don't think this even matters. The Search isn't how we're winning this game, right? Shrug. Okay, so this is going to be on 2 counters, so the Steve can make it 3 counters at any point. Cool. I don't think I do anything. There's legitimately an argument for going, like, bounce the County Heart Expedition. I think I like that. They can put counters on it and sack it in response, but I think getting this off the table makes a Valakut a lot less threatening. Like, ties up their mana a bit for next turn. I can tap plus bounce Calney. That's fair. Alright, put opponent to 9. I mean, that's if they go for it pre-combat. I could then tap the team. Because I probably... Do I have to tap the team pre-combat this turn? Oh, before they fetch. Yeah, I can do that. That is true, Scouty. They still get control over, like, when they go for it. So, like, force me to keep my mana up, though. Am I meant to slant this Jace, or just... I guess I just want to hold up all 3 of these, don't I? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just going to try and kill them next turn. I'm not convinced I even need to tap their team here. I guess I can just path the Rex Sage so that I'm not in bolt range. Yeah, I kind of just want to path the Rex Sage so I'm not in bolt range and then have 2 counter spells up. I think I like that the most. I could also just path this so they can't crack it if they have a Valakut. I guess I have to kill them next turn, so this isn't doing anything else. Makes sense. And it doesn't, like, affect the logic, not maths, because even though it's using up a mana, it's putting a card in the yard. So it's all, like, kind of the same. Summoner's Pact deal. Primeval Titan. I'd like to counter that. How much do I have after I've activated the Colonnade? Can I Cryptic and attack with Colonnade? I cannot. So I should actually Cryptic this, right? So that I can have Logic Knot up to protect my Colonnade. Doesn't really make any difference. I can't think of any cards it would be relevant against, but... Alright. Game 3. That was a hard one, game 2. Jeez, I am bringing these Supreme Verdicts back into my deck. Because, oh my god, that was way too much hard work. They have Reclamation Sage in their deck. I think I'm taking out this D-Sphere. Yeah, I'm doing a weekend stream for once, Caius. Since I didn't do Monday last week, because I was travelling. Figured I'd fit in a weekend stream to make up for it. Also just felt like playing Magic, so figured I might as well stream it. Yeah, I think I'm just taking out the D-Sphere because we saw Rex Sage. I think this is like almost a liability. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed we beat the Dino Lassie, I'm not gonna lie. I assumed we were just like lights out when they cast that Dino. This deck doesn't look like it has enough cards in it. Yeah, it's like 48 cards short. Oh my god. At some point I want to return to that Teachings deck. I was kind of considering cutting the Gifts and Givens and just making it like an 80-ish card Teachings deck. Like, cut all the cute Gifts and Givens stuff that we kept drawing and that kept clunking up our hand. I just want to cast Mystical Teachings, it's a problem. That card makes me so happy. Like, Teachings for Teachings just feels like deeply broken to me. In the turn 3 format that is Modern. Or we could play more cards so we don't draw the gift stuff. Lassie broke it. Jeez. This is how we end back up on Battle of Wits. Poor Patron is sweet. I've not actually played with it before. But it always looks like terrifying when I play against it. Alright. Opponent should be with us shortly. Oh my god, seriously? KCI is playing Spine of Ishtar? That is wild. Yeah, that sounds ridiculous, Twitcher. I guess it doesn't really deal with Stony Silence, because getting up to 7 mana against Stony is pretty impossible. But it deals with most other things. It's a tiny bit awkward, but it's fine. Kind of wish one of these colonnades was like an untapped land. Make things a bit smoother. Huh. What do you know? So if I don't lead Island Opt, I don't get to have Logic Knot up for Tireless Tracker. I think I'm just going to lead with the Opt and see what I see. Rather than getting down my tap land. I just like really want to be able to counter Tireless Tracker. That card is terrifying. It's a cyclical thing. You start Battle of Wits, realise it's bad, but want to play a part of it that works with over 60 cards, realise you draw too much bad stuff, go up to 200 for consistency. That is basically what I predict is going to happen. This is really nice with the Logic Knot, but we're so far off that bit of the game. Just going to bottom Teferi instead. Flooded Strand is nice. Right, next turn I can start getting down tap lands or like fielding the Valakut. Foiled out Battle of Wits. That sounds like the most expensive Magic deck in the world. That's absurd. How does anyone afford that? I swear I put you on the bottom. Jeez. So pushy. I have a prediction that we're not going to get to crack this Field of Ruin this turn. That's kind of scary. I'm going to keep holding open Logic Knot for Tracker, though. Rather than fielding Valakut in response. We do need to draw some spells. Oh, this is going to go get Tracker. Sure. this is a very clean logic knot. The old 3 mana for spike. Right. This is awkward. If I play Jace, I just give them free reign to do whatever the hell they want. Oh, they have to pay for the pact. They have to pay for the pact. Yeah, they have to pay pact, Caius. Alright, so I get to play Jace then. As for what I'm doing with the Jace, I guess I have to plus, because otherwise he just gets bolted by a Valakut trigger. They chose not to put a counter on County Heart Expedition. Alright. Plussing on myself or opponent. I think opponent at this point. And I will put that on top. That is a mountain that they can sneak into play after paying the pact. I actually kind of want to put that on the bottom. I think this like has potential to kill our Jace if paired with like any other land, right? This might be weird. I'm actually going to put that on the bottom. I'm not sure that's correct, but I just like want to keep Jace in play desperately. I think this gives Jace a higher chance of living. If we get to brainstorm with Jace, we're probably in a good spot. Find a Cryptic or something. That is the lightning bolt. Everything is indeed a mountain. I hear that is the theme of their deck. What the hell am I doing here? Kind of want to plus on them with Jace and just pass with Snap Not Up. I need to kill the Valakut though, and once I kill the Valakut, this gets a counter. But if I kill the Valakut, I don't have a counter spell up. I feel like I need a counter spell up on this turn. If I plus Jace, a Valakut trigger only puts Jace to 1. Alright, I buy that. I'm meant to plus and pass with Snap Knot. I really hate plussing on the Valakut player, but here we are. And I will leave a land on top, quite happily. It's just like everything else I care about. This triggers this twice. Yes, fetch lands are actually problematic, unlike every other land. Every other land is like okay-ish. But fetch land means they're gonna get enough County Heart triggers to kill Jace, so I have to put on the bottom. Yep. Yep. Alright. We're putting a Colonnade in tapped. Then I can only Logic Knot for 2. Titan needs Logic Knot for 3. So I have to play an island. Eep. Alright. I guess you losing the Jace isn't complete end of the world. Provided they only have one payoff in hand, maybe. Scape shift. So if I Snap Knot, it's for 1, 2, 3. So not quite enough, right? Okay. Guess this resolves. Pretty sure this means we're dead, Caius. Agree. Didn't quite have... We just haven't, like, cast much stuff this game. So, we can't not for enough. I'm very unsure whether I'm meant to plus Jace or Brainstorm there. Brainstorming is like accepting that the Jace just dies. But it's not like Jace like necessarily lives from plussing. And getting a Brainstorm out of the deal could have been good enough to still win if we found a Cryptic. Kinda curious to see what we'd have drawn. Alright. Can I scoop here? Oh yeah, they have the county heart. So... How many mountains? They play 7 mountains, so we're not going to strip mine them off a mountain. Yeah. The county heart is going to have a lot of quest counters. What would we have drawn off the Brainstorm? Would it have been enough? We'd have drawn the Negate. So if we Brainstormed, we might have actually won the game. We get to Negate, untap Field of Ruin, like try and build up to this Teferi. Have Snap Negate up. That game was tough. Maybe we were just meant to Brainstorm. Like obviously that's kind of results orientated, but they only had 2 cards in hand, left in hand, right? It's not like we needed much to win there. Didn't really need Jace active forever to win there. I don't know. Interesting. This league's going okay though. Nice solid 2-1. Start off Saturday. And we get to be on the play. Huh. Guess I am keeping this. This is a white source. We're only like a white source short of verdict. These Serum Visions have been really nice. Feels so nice to be playing Serum Visions instead of Opt. Oh my god. I want all these cards. I'm definitely keeping the search on top for next turn. I think I'm just keeping both. Moto. Alright. Moto started listening again. If they're on a slower deck, we can slam search her. That would be a yes. That would be a resounding yes. That is really awkward, Lassie. For sure. Alright, let's draw this. Quite happily. Ooh, D-Sphere is really nice in the mirror. Help insulate you against opposing planeswalkers. I guess we're just never dumping a card with this search. I really like Field of Ruin in the mirror. Alright, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put both of these... I want to have Logic not up though, for their own search. I guess their own search doesn't matter too much, we've got a Field of Ruin. I'm just going to fire off this other Serum Visions. Not too scared of them resolving a search. I guess they could D-Sphere my search, which would be annoying, but we'd cope. But actually, no, wait. I probably shouldn't have left this on top. That was probably pretty bad. You've got, like, plenty of land drops, right? That was probably pretty bad. Alright, Snapcaster's great. I'm definitely not putting that in my graveyard. Just passive logic not up here. It's the tiniest bit awkward to draw on so many basics. You can definitely get punished for that in the mirror. Drawing more basics than your opponent is definitely very bad in the quad field of Ruin Mirror. Like, obviously these are looking a bit worse than Opt here, because I'd happily throw my Ambush Viper down right now. I'm gonna put that in my yard. Just like, get the search closer to flipping. I would Snap Visions if I could have Not Up, but I can't, so here we are. If you only played basics, how can they field you? Indeed, indeed. Do I want to just go search an island? I kind of want to preserve my Field of Ruin for something that actually matters. Path can go in the graveyard. Just pass the turn. Getting a bit punished for dumping the Glacial Fortress. It's not the end of the world though. Put that in my yard and I can pass the turn and snap Opt in the end of their turn. Yeah, we even drew a land because we're great. Alright, this is looking really good for us. Get some pressure down in their instep. Opponent's playing so much faster than us, we should actually speed up at some point. They are playing considerably faster. I say we, what I really mean is I, because I play very slowly, and I am aware of this. Jace, oh my god, the big Daniela host. Thanks for the host, that's amazing. Welcome to everyone joining us. We are playing Daniela's least favourite deck. I'm not going to transform this. Just gets Field of Ruined. Currently 2-1 with blue-white control. Correct. Oh my god. Alright, I'm not going to cast the Snapcaster quite yet. I don't want to, like, have two Snapcasters on board and let them get a nice Supreme Verdict. Alright, change of plans. I almost want to snap path my snap. I could field their field. I go down a land is the problem, which I'm not in love with. So I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. I am going to path a Snapcaster though. So I quite like more mana to toy with. And the Wall of Omens means the body just doesn't do anything anymore. They could possibly use watching some wins after that deck. Oh my god. I kind of want to hit my land drops at this point, but I also just want to find more counter magic. Like, desperately want more counter magic. Never finding more counter magic. Another Field of Ruin's not the worst. Almost have to like Snap Visions and then like path the Snapcaster. And we still have Logic not up in their turn. I know, it's rough. We're now at the point where if we tap too low, they're just going to slam a Planeswalker with counter backup and we're going to lose. That card does not do very much. really wish one of these Serum Visions was an opt right now. This is like the one place where not playing opt hurts you, is the mirror. Opt is so good in the mirror. Just because you can like cycle your Snapcasters in their end step. With this level of consistency, you might as well play Battle of Wits. Oh my god. Battle of Wits, renowned for its consistency. I mean, I kind of just want to use this as a rampant growth. I'm so behind on mana. That seems kind of garbage though. I'm just going to do this. I strip mine myself, but I get an Azcanta activation out of it. I just feel really far behind at the moment. I want to be able to find a counter spell, I think. More than anything, off my Azcanta. We know the two cards on top are like cards I don't want to remove from my deck, but also like don't particularly want right now. So shuffling them back in like that is kind of appealing too. No. Yes. Amazing. That is so good for us. Drawing a negate just like makes our hand actually do things. Hopefully they don't have another Field of Ruin. Thank you for the subscription, Nathan in Holland. Thanks for becoming a Knight of Autumn. Everyone put some hearts in chat for our new subscriber. Thank you for the support, I really appreciate it. I'm trying to do this full time at the moment, so like every little bit of support means a lot to me. Alright, I get to fire this off, path their resto. Tron Love, yeah, I'm gonna play some more Tron at some point next week, I think. Been really loving that deck. Fire off this path. I could snap path, just use my mana efficiently. Since now, like, we have Azcanta online, we kind of just want to, like, throw spells at our opponent until they yield. It's, like, a bit risky. They could Cryptic bounce our Azcanta. Whatever. It's also possible I could just, like, path my Snapcaster. Like, mana, having more mana with Azcanta in play is amazing. I do not have the sort of money you'd need to be irresponsibly spending on something like that, though I agree that sounds amazing. I am very envious of whoever ends up getting that. For sure. Cryptic bounce Azcanta, that's obnoxious. This is scary. I've got a Despair, so I think it's fine for me just to fire off a negate here. Because, like, them resolving a Planeswalker isn't actually the end of the world as long as we have this Despair. I did see that, Daniela. It made me really happy. I smiled a lot when I saw that. Incoming Planeswalker. Uh-huh. Do I want to activate Azcanta or cast Logic Knot? Using Logic Knot is so inefficient and there's no way it resolves. Like, actual 0 chance the Logic Knot resolves. So I think I want to use Azcanta. Just gonna let this Teferi hit the board. Just don't think we're ever resolving this Logic Knot, so I'd rather use my mana really efficiently and dig for more counter backup for this D-Sphere next turn. Oh yeah, Jerry's Jerry has been my favourite pro for, like, basically ever since he, made that post about his depression, like, a couple years ago. I really appreciated it when he did that. It meant a lot. Negate is amazing. I'm gonna path my Snapcaster here, I think. Not having a path for their Colonnade could be annoying. We've already been through, like, a lot of our paths. So that's actually a risk. The extra mana, though, I feel like is gonna matter. We'll find a way to deal with Colonnades. We have loads of Field of Ruins left in our deck to draw into. You have to ban yourself for saying Jerry on Twitch chat. Oh my god. That whole situation, like, with the bannings, is just so stupid to me. It's, like, so ridiculous that, like, people put lots of, like, abuse in chat and stuff, and no one cares. But, like, people are just saying Jerry in chat and get banned for it. Oh my god, just resolved? Our Detention Sphere just resolved? What world are we in? They must have so many Terminuses in hand. More Teferi inbound. I think it just means their hand has lots of removal. This Azcanta is just being absurd. The fact they've only drawn one Field of Ruin in the top half of the deck is being so good to us. Like, we just get to pull ahead on cards so much before we have to get in any fights, which is really nice. I'm gonna cast this Jace, I think. If they want to counter it, that's fine, because we've got, like, we can just find more Planeswalkers whenever we want. Yeah, it's really bad. I agree with all of you, for sure. This might be an aggressive Jace cast, but I think I'm down with it. I think I'm gonna plus Jace if he resolves. We've got, like, plenty of cards. Gross. Bouncing Azcanta is so rude. Alright, I'm gonna let this resolve though. I think this is fine. Just recast my Azcanta. Still have, like, 2 counter spells up. Flip this again soon enough. It's kind of awkward that we might make a mana leak or something live here for them, but logic not. That is an accurate description, George. I could probably just let this resolve and fight over Jace instead. It's kind of awkward that I don't have a way to deal with their Colonnade quite yet. So, like, Jace isn't necessarily safe. I have so many counters in hand. I'm gonna have to draw a Field of Ruin at some point soon. I'm gonna let this resolve. I don't think this matters anymore. They're gonna draw a Field of Ruin at some point soon anyway. I just want to I think my hand's just really strong already. hopefully they can't resolve this Jace here. If they can, it's very bad for us, but... So they get a 2-1 out of this if I let this resolve, but it also taps them really low. So I think that's fine. Oh my god. That would be so horrendous, Daniela. There would be actual outrage. Magic would like lose their Twitch partnership deal thing they have. God, I really need them to not have a Negate or Logic not here. That would be a disaster. Jesus. Alright. Yeah, if they have a Negate or a Logic not, I think we're gonna struggle to win this game. Jeez. I was not expecting that to resolve. That is very good news for us. So if I cast Jace, it probably dies to the Colonnade, which is not great. I kind of want a Verdict pass of Cryptic up. Is that crazy? That might be crazy. I guess I Jace 0. I have 3 Field of Ruins in the deck right now. Like I'm currently feeling a bit behind after that big turn from them. I can go search for Cryptic up, and this is also fine. Cool. Oh, the fields are on the bottom, Caius. I didn't realize that. There's been, like, so much stuff happening between field cracks and scries of Serum Visions and activations on. Just gonna let this resolve. Yeah, it's taking the Jace anyway, which is the one we can't protect, so I don't really care. And all that. Cryptic tap, draw Terminus. Oh my god. Whoa. This is wild. I was not expecting them to do this attack after that D-Sphere. Jeez. Alright. I'm gonna bounce the D-Sphere maybe to get my Jace back on board. Sick. Trading with a mana leak there is very okay with me. Am I terminusing the Snapcaster? I think the answer is yes, weirdly. I don't know, I can Jace Brainstorm, have Cryptic draw Terminus on top. I kind of like that. I'm just like, hope that's good enough to do something here. It like answers this Colonnade if we don't have another answer to it. If they have a counter, it obviously goes badly, but they've been through so many counters at this point. Alright. If they run the Colonnade into this Terminus and it works, we're kind of in an absurd position. So I do it this way. And then even if they counter this, I'd get to snap path, right? So we would have been fine either way. Oh, am I going to be watching coverage? No, I'm not bothering with the world's coverage. I watched a tiny bit yesterday just to see what the response was to the Jerry thing, but A, the formats aren't very interesting, and B, like, no, can't really bring myself to watch it, considering, kind of want to stand with Jerry on this one. I agree with a lot of what he's saying. Pretty soon we want to start plussing. Alright, I can put back these. I guess. Put back these and use Azcanta, hit my land drop. Can even get in an attack if I want. I don't know if I want. I guess like getting it pathed is kind of good for us. Yeah, I've heard really bad things about the production value. I've heard it's been like a lot worse than usual. For sure. Opt or Teferi. I guess we want a Teferi. Alright, I do have to try and kill them quickly here, because I don't think we can lose this game, realistically. Cast my Teferi. Question mark. Resolves. Sick. Alright, I'm going to start plussing Jace now. Try and end this game. I will put that on the bottom, yes. And I would in fact not like you to draw Teferi. Surprise, surprise. Next time we can even start attacking with colonnades, just like pressure them on so many angles. I am slower than Nassif. I'm slower than Nassif in general when I stream. Nassif and I played against each other whilst we were both streaming, I think. We were both streaming, and I was the one who timed out, so, you know, I have no excuses. I'm not about to pretend to have excuses. Move a Field of Ruin. I can just pass the turn here. I've got so many counterspells up, they can't actually win this game. I should actually take off these combat stops. Last time I did this, I accidentally F2'd when I didn't mean to, but it will speed up the turns. Yeah, this is game 1. Game 1 in the blue-white mirror is just atrocious. It goes on forever. Someone wins with 10 cards in library. I've seen people ultimate Jace targeting themselves in this mirror so that they can put more cards in their library. It's like that bad. I'm not going to take that Teferi. It's not a counterspell. Don't want it. No reason to take a perfectly good card out of my deck. I guess. Alright, start firing these things up. I've wasted a mana, but it doesn't matter. Nothing really matters. I just have to play fast. Vendilion Clique. Oh, looks like something I can path. You can put a card back in my deck for me to redraw very soon. Start main decking Nezahal to speed things up. Oh my god. Resto Angel, that's actually annoying. I almost wanted to just like bounce a random permanent there so I'm not drawing a card. Maybe that was better. I kinda don't want to draw a card right now. Not gonna lie. Negate. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm casting cards at random. 4 cards. 2, 3, 4. I'll just like overpay by a bit to be careful. I have the Teferi loop. I do, but you only have so many counter spells to protect the Teferi loop. I guess we'll ultimate Teferi before then though. We're probably fine. We're probably fine. I'm assuming we're gonna win this game, but them getting this Clique trigger is definitely scary. It could, if they rip a Teferi this turn, we can still lose this game. We have like a 1-turn window to slam Teferi. We did put one on the bottom recently though. Oh my god, this is awful. Sure. Alright. I don't know how we're ever winning this in time. I should maybe have attacked with a Colonnade there. That was probably bad. Just like trying to play vaguely fast, because I do not play very fast generally. Yeah, that's a Clique. Sure. I've not really looked at the format that much. I think Vraska's going to be an absurd card in New Standard. The old Vraska, the 6-mana one. Didn't have my stop set, so whatever. It's the Teferi we're ultimating regardless, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. We can exile some of their mana sources and then try and set up Teferi loop. We can kill the Clique, so I don't want to waste a trigger on that. Go after the Sphere for 2 Jaces. About that. About that one. Once I got rid of all their white sources, I'll just kill them with the Colonnades, and then we'll figure out how the hell we win a game 2 in time. Doesn't necessarily have a land to get. That's a concern. Yeah, we don't deck, we just run out of time. Very different problems to have. Very different problems to have. Alright, get rid of all the white sources here. Here's where they cast Cryptic, and I feel like an idiot for firing up all three. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Only 7 minutes behind. Only 7 minutes behind. It's fine. Alright. Bring in this stuff. Luckily we have an absurd amount of counter magic in our board. Compared to most lists. I kind of... These are so bad in the mirror, but I kind of want to bring them in just so we can win games in time. If this was IRL, yeah. Unfortunately, this is not IRL. Board in all the 5/5s to win a game. I'm kind of tempted. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted. The clock never beats me. Except in this mirror. This mirror is like the only time I clock out on stream. And it happens a lot. Like, angel beats. The angel beats are honestly kind of tempting. Just so I can win the game in time. What am I cutting for angels? Like a path and something else. This card is just so bad against Teferi. I'm going to bring in one. I just don't know how I make room for another. I don't really want to go below 3 paths, and every other card in our deck is good. This is already more angels than I typically board in. They're just so bad against the planeswalkers is the problem. Like, they get bounced by Jace and tucked by Teferi, and you trade your 5 mana with, like, their planeswalker activation. Which is really embarrassing. This hand is amazing. Doesn't have a Vendilion Clique, which I suspect is the most important card in our deck right now. Hey there, Marcus. We do need Nezzy. Or a Geist of St. Traft. That would also be fine with me. Geist would also be a-okay. Alright, I'm just slamming my search. If it eats a counterspell, that's fine. Sure. Modern has a blue-white problem. That would be more accurate, yes. Alright, I'm not going to be reading chat much this game. I need to actually, you know, win. Missing land drops, you say? Missing land drops. If they have a Jace here, I really want to Cryptic this. But if they have a Jace, it's really bad for me. Whatever, counter target spell, return target permanent. I think this is, like, fine. Alright. Those are both amazing. I guess I wanted them the other way so I could cast Clique this turn. Yeah. It's kind of rough. I wanted them the other way around. This is still fine though. Creatures are going to help us beat down here. Oh my god, I was not expecting the EOT Snapcaster. Deal. Ambush Viper has hit the table. I just get to, like, resolve Jace now if they don't have a Dispel. They only have, like, max 2 Dispels in their list. So I think I'm just, like, obliged to go for this. Obviously I could wait a turn to Clique first, but that also gives them time to draw lands. So like, I'm not convinced I'm in love with that when they only have 2 Dispels in their deck anyway. I could plus. I should maybe have plussed here. I could try and keep them off a land for a turn to protect me from a Jace. Yeah, I think I was meant to plus there to stop them being able to resolve a Jace. Like, them slamming a Jace here is one of the ways they get back into this game. Yeah, Marcus, I'm going to start plussing on them this turn, I think. I think I like that plan. Might actually win this game in time. Honestly. But they don't have a D-Sphere anyway. But if they had a D-Sphere, they wouldn't have attacked Jace. Just draw the Angel. Now we can kill in time easily enough. We have these kill quickly in this matchup. I think I'm just going to fire off Snapcaster here, see if it resolves. Because if so, it gets to block their Snapcaster. If it gets countered, that's also fine with me. And then I can Jace Storm afterwards. Hey there, Angel. My Angel. I don't really want to draw the path, I guess, huh? No. You can have that Teferi, friend. Alright. Getting somewhere, kind of. Just need to end this game. I did shuffle away the Baneslayer, which might not have been the best choice. Deal. So much mana. I'm gonna focus on this game. I'm not looking at chat. Mastery of the Unseen? What the fuck? Alright, you have those cards, friend. I don't even know if I was meant to shock there, or it was just like trying to play quickly and not bother counting my mana situation. I kind of exiled cards at random there. I probably exiled the wrong ones. That's amazing. Whatever. Takes time to cast an opt. We do not have time. bounce Colonnade. So it's kind of intense. I just want to end this game. Maybe that's aggressive. It's probably a way we can be punished for it. Who cares? Transform search. Oh. I would happily never play this mirror match ever again. This is my punishment for playing a league of blue-white, right? This is my punishment. It's possible I meant to attack for 8 here. Maybe I'm not getting aggressive enough. Resolves. A-okay. Oh. Great. It's a good one. Alright, now this is actually aggressive. Whoa. Path. People said we were gonna time out. People said we were gonna time out. Oof. Opponent missing land drops was quite helpful, I'm not gonna lie. Let's put our stops back on before I like F2 through my opponent's turns. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was definitely GG. Oh my gosh. Right. Before we hop into the next one, I'm gonna go get some water a sec. Narrowly avoided timing out 5 times. Right, I'm gonna go get some water before we hop into the next one. I will be back in just a moment. Personally, I would like to vote that we don't play the mirror again. That sounds wonderful. That sounds delightful. The only match we've lost a game in is the match we lost. Blue white's so good. Blue white's so good. Muse leg is blocked. Hey, that's still an improvement over how I normally do. Alright, let's keep this going. I won the 4-1. We've lost a lot the last couple days. I'm pretty interested in the 4-1. Now we're playing a good deck again. Who'd have thought taking 40 cards out of your blue-white deck would make you win more? Ha! What a surprise. Alright, be on the play. Quite gladly. Sand has some problems. Sand is an adventure. The no instants or sorceries costing less than 6 mana Snapcaster draw. Also opponents mulling to 5 because we're incredibly lucky. I always wonder, George, was it a mistake for me to not play red-black all season long? Because, like, I've had pretty absurd results in Standard. But even then, was I still just, like, punting away percentage points in the abstract by not just, like, taking red-black to everything? Alright. Maybe let's Field of Ruin, actually. We're fine. This Field of Ruin's gonna do work. Could I cast an Ambush Viper? I'm not in love with that though. I always think Ambush Vipers are like kinda terrible against Walking Ballista. Yeah, I did the same thing. I played blue-black even though like it probably wasn't the best deck. I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was not unreasonable to think of it as like the second best, and I was just going to enjoy it way more. I thought it was very good as well. Like I do genuinely believe blue black was pretty great. Now they have a relic, I'm not disinterested in Ambush Viper. I just don't know how much attacking for 2 a bunch is going to matter. Hey there, DC Sports. Good to see ya. Just do not know how much attacking for 2 is going to matter. I guess I'm going to do it. So this is going to find a land for us next turn, so I can afford to just get a basic. Keep my life total high in the face of Walking Ballistas. That's reasonable, Marcus. I think it's not, like, awful to build blue-black just with Champion of Wits in the main deck for what it's worth. Someone did that at a Japanese GP a while back. It seemed to go okay for them. They top 8'd. Just have the Siphoners in the board and Champions in the main. I don't think that's unreasonable. If you don't expect much Turbo Fog anyway. Which one did they play second? Power plant. Cool. We're going to target the power plant then. Killing the white bordered one is correct because it's so ugly. But this way we force our opponent to keep playing with the ugly one. That has value, right? I think Champion of Wits is such a good card. I'm going to miss that card in Standard. I didn't play with that card in Standard as much as I should have. get to D-Sphere this expedition map. I'm kinda into that. I don't know why this expedition map is just like sitting on the board forever, but I'm okay with it. So if we can fade Tron for a couple turns, Teferi should take over the game. Never mind. Ugin. Yep. That's pretty good. We have ourselves a problem. I now regret using the D-Sphere. Yes, I have to bounce this D-Sphere with my Cryptic and leave Ugin eternally under something they can exile very easily with World Breakers and Ulamogs. I guess that's the plan. What's Eugene doing here? Just bolting our face repeatedly. You'll turn 5, Eugene. Yeah, I take 3. Alright, cast something into our Cryptic. I just want to bounce this D-Sphere. That's all I want in my life. Yep, Snapcaster's gone. God damn it. If I don't counter this, they can Ulamog me next turn, but I don't think I can beat an Ulamog. So this is just gonna resolve. I can't beat an Ulamog for like 2 turns, at least. Honestly, putting the Ugin under the D-Sphere is probably gonna make it hard to beat Ulamog regardless. It's also really awkward because it just means we lose the game to O-Stone for the entire game. Alright, let's do this. You get your map back, that is fine. Negate's really good. Negate's like kinda dreamy here. So we just need to fade Ulamog, but everything else is kind of fine. I guess World Breaker. We need to fade Ulamog or World Breaker, but everything else we have under control. Khan, we have a negate for Khan. Khan doesn't do anything. World Breaker and Ulamog matter because they free the Ugin, and we can't interact with that. Everything else we can counter or path. I only just read that message, Marcus. That's great. We are well aware what kind of person I am in that regard. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty strong. Alright. And if we hit a land, we can tuck Ugin. And then we have the negate for when the Ugin comes back. It's not quite the land I was looking for, in fact. Another negate, that's really good. It's actually really good. When I still had Cryptic, I could have tucked Ugin. Yeah, I could maybe consider doing that. That was probably safer than putting it under a D-Sphere. Fair point. They just had both Ulamogs in the top 17 cards. Gross. Alright. Interesting. What cards do we want? So we definitely want this stuff. Definitely don't want Terminuses. They are hot Garbo. Stony is the single best card we can bring in. Timely is Garbo. Oust is Garbo. Although it's pretty good against Fortnots here, I guess. But also kind of want the Cliques and kind of... I'm iffy on the Baneslayer Lyra stuff. It's like fine. It's really good against... It's pretty good against Dugan. It's not like terrible against Dugan. Let's have a look at my sideboard guide. See if there's anything obvious I'm missing here. I'll take out D-Sphere. Yeah, D-Sphere is trashy against Ulamog. I think I like the Cliques here too. I think I agree. Also, Supreme Verdict's really bad, right? It's only good against Fortnot. I think I'm actually going to bring in the well, at least one Angel. Just because we have a bunch of bad cards. Kinda like the look of this. We could swap a Path for the other Angel. But I think Path is pretty good. Let's try this out. Yeah, I think D-Sphere is just too big a liability against Nature's Claim and Ulamog and such. Alright. Doesn't have a Field of Ruin, but it's pretty solid otherwise. That's true. Owen did play 3 Ulamogs for a while, for sure. I found blue-white feels like a slight favourite in the matchup, but it's very draw dependent a lot of the time. Also somewhat build dependent, like Ivan's list doesn't have like a Ghost Quarter or a Crucible, which lots of the lists do, and that definitely makes a difference as well. That's an amazing draw. That's like the best draw we could have found. Our hand is now just very, very strong. Whenever I play the Tron side of this, I actively hate it whenever my opponent counters like my maps. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, taste it. Doesn't have a second different Tron piece, just like miles off. Because they get to Stirrings now, but then with this Field of Ruins, we're fine. Field of Ruin into Cryptic Chaining. Alright, let's take out this power plant. This one's definitely looking good for us, for sure. Castle Cryptic up. I'm just going to Cryptic basically anything, just to stop their development. I'd rather like counter their development cards than their payoffs typically, since the payoffs like you can't even necessarily interact with. Oh, we get to land a Teferi. Counter target spell, return target permanents. Just want to stop their development as much as possible. That's a good draw. I wanted to land Teferi this turn. I think I still do want to land Teferi. Stony is so messed up though. They probably have a Nature's Claim in hand. I just think getting Teferi in play is so high upside that we want to do that. It also just makes like Fort not Seer not matter anymore because we can tuck it, which is absurd. Yep, resolves. So they have to take the Cryptic, right? Yeah, they agree. Because otherwise we just bounce the Urza's Mine. Keep them off Tron forever. This is tough. This is a tough point in the game. I kind of want to go... like, tuck the Fort Knot. Is bouncing the mine bad? It might just be bad. If they don't have specifically Ulamog, then passing with Snap Cryptic seems good. Yeah, I'm definitely tucking the TKS. That's definitely happening. This might be like the turn that decides the game, honestly. I'm not playing Lyra, I don't think. I think I just want to have Snap Cryptic up this turn. You like Stony plus Clique, because we drew the Clique. If I knew they didn't have a Nature's Claim in the hand, I would want to get Stony down this turn. But there's like no guarantee of that. I think I'm just passing the turn. Relic. Well then, that's obnoxious. Guess that forces my hand a bit. We could clique them here. It's true. I think I'm just doing this. Counter target spell, return target permanents. Just to keep them off Tron here. Crucible of Worlds, Jesus Christ. That's weirdly good right now. Luckily we have these Vendilion Cliques in this Field of Ruin. It's a good one. My main phasing Clique to try and take a Nature's Claim because of my Stony. Can't activate that. You raise a good point. That you can't. guess I could just, like, land Lyra cast Clique. Yeah, I think I have to kill a land, you're right. You're right about that much, for sure. This is definitely happening. Which leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I think I'm going Stony Land Clique. And then I hit them to 13 next turn. Do I speed up? I don't have a faster clock if I play the Angel this turn, so... Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I was talking whilst I was doing stuff. Obviously I meant to play the Stony first. I even said I was going to. Oh well. That's really terrible, because now they can cycle the Sphere. Whatever, they probably have a Nature's Claim anyway. Yeah. I mean, I said the right line, I just clicked incorrectly because I was talking lots. It happens. Turns out multitasking is challenging. Who knew? Still in a great position, not too worried. Alright, target you. They had a Nature's Claim anyway, so it didn't actually matter. So I take the Ugin, right? Swarm Coil doesn't matter because of Teferi. Take the Ugin and just, like, hope they brick on an Ulamog for a couple turns. Can even, like, fire off this Clique next turn to get another lurk in their next draw step. Yep, makes sense. I need them to brick on a Ballista as well, I guess. Ballista would be basically unbeatable. Alright. That's great. They have a mine in hand, so minusing on the Crucible doesn't do anything. So I'm just gonna plus. That's a pretty good draw. Jeez. This is game 2. We lost game 1. This game's going pretty well though. How much mana do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can Lyra plus one other thing, or I can Clique plus Snapcaster. Is there any way to kill my opponent next turn? So Lyra plus Snapcaster puts them to 1, so no. Whereas Clique plus Snapcaster just makes me as safe as humanly possible. Oh yeah, 2 Cliques doesn't work. You're right, you're right. They have a Nature's Claim in hand. The Stony doesn't actually stop them. I am very happy about that punt. Very happy for my invitational card. Yeah, we're gonna untap 2. But that only gives us 9 mana. If they don't have specifically Ulamog, they can claim the Crucible to get another turn. That's true. What was if they claim the Crucible? So we'd hit them for 5, but they'd gain 4. So Lyra plus Snapcaster would still kill them, right? 5 plus 5 plus 2, because they'd be on 12. I think I'm just passing the turn here. I'm going to Clique in their draw step again and sack this Clique. I think I like this. I can play the Angel next turn to put them on a 1-turn clock. Let's make sure they don't have an Ulamog. I am not playing the PTQ. I did not play any of the PPTQs. So depends how much you want to beat Torrential Gearhulk, Marcus. Just gonna let this resolve. Chromatic Star, Scrying. So neither of those matter. Cool. I think I'm actually going to negate the Chromatic Star, just to deny them a draw. Because there's like a bunch of threats we can't negate at the moment. Also, hi there, Zyla. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just going to negate this, because there are loads of cards in their deck we can't negate at the moment. And this just means they only have one draw step left towards Ulamog, or else they die. That's fair, Marcus. Like, the two reasons are Torrential Gearhulk and Scarab God, right? If you don't expect many of those, then Negate's better. That is a 6/6 for 6. I'm kind of surprised Wormcoil's still in that deck, but hey. Attack the Wormcoil, attack for 7, play my Angel. So even though I messed up earlier, still probably going to win this. They have to draw Ulamog or Ballista, basically. Those are the cards that get them back in the game. I guess they could have an Oblivion Stone, but I think most people ward those out. Oblivion Stone would be absurd as well, obviously. That has very little text. Yeah, Oblivion Stone would do it too. A, we cannot target a land. B, we would not have had enough mana to cast our Angel. Just like a few reasons. Just trying to find a path in case they like go to claim their Crucible here. Do I want to leave the Logic not on top? Probably doesn't matter. I'm assuming they're dead, but yeah, they could have another. Oh wait, we know their hand, don't we? Never mind. Yeah, we know their hand. I think we know their hand. I'm pretty sure we do. Because they've played out the unknown info. Alright. 1 and 1. Come on, this is for the 4-1. Would dearly like a 4-1. Do you want to change anything? I don't think so. We saw 3 Fortnightseers that game. Don't think that changes anything though. I think I only want the 1 Angel still. They're like pretty awkward to tap out for on curve. Even if they increase your clock. This is a keep. They have a particularly explosive draw. We're going to get run over, but got the opt to help dig for a Field of Ruin and like fuel this Logic knot. I think that depends entirely on who you're playing against, Marcus. Some people would, some people wouldn't. I think it's like very much down to the individual pilots as to what direction they go on that one. Oh, we don't have any spreading seas, no. Cryptic is interesting. I think I'm bottoming it. I would like a Cryptic at some point, but I kind of just want to find Field of Ruins at the moment. We don't have the third blue source quite yet anyway. Hey. Huh. What am I doing now? So the thinking goes two ways in Glorybringer. It's either good because it has haste and like can pressure your opponent if they have to tap out to deal with your other threats, or it's bad because it's like kind of a vanilla creature against control decks where it doesn't have its ability and it trades really cleanly with removal that costs a lot less than it. I lean towards the latter thinking personally. I definitely lean towards thinking it's like not good against control, but some people would think it's good against control. It's like impossible to know exactly how people are going to end up boarding because it's like not unreasonable to go that direction with it. Yeah, that is a Fortnite Seer. We need to find some path to exiles, I guess. This Lyra is not looking bad though. If we can survive a few turns, this Lyra is looking pretty good. They get to put a counter on this because of the Urza's Tower tapping for free. That's really gross. That is really gross. When am I meant to do this? I think I meant to... Problem is if I go for draw step, they can put 2 counters on Ballista. Which is not ideal. That would take up their whole turn though. There's like no guarantee they'd go for that. Upkeep to deny them info on their draw step, that's fair. It's either now or upkeep. We know that much. I think upkeep is better than draw step because of denying them info. Just like how likely are they to put 2 counters on Ballista? Because from my perspective, I'm really scared of them doing that because they hit me to 12 and then just have like I'm on a virtual 9 essentially. From that. Costs 4 to put a counter on it, but they get to float free off this. And then they get an untapped land. I think I prefer now to... I'm not 100% on it though. I don't know. It costs 4, but they tap 3 and then go find the forest and have the 4th. So... I'm actually just going to pass the turn and do it in their upkeep. I think this works out a bit better for us, but I'm not 100%. It means they can't like resolve another Fortnite Seer this turn, which I think is kind of important. If they go to put counters on this and don't have another Tron piece. Alright, I think I'm just getting an island because I want to be able to Cryptic next turn. And then we just have to hope to rip the white source for Lyra. This could be wrong, we have a lot more untapped blue mana than untapped white, but we're going to get more looks at the white source than we'd have for the blue source. So I think I prefer it this way around. Alright, no tower. Good news. No Fortnite Seer. Also good news. They could have had a free Ballista right now. If they'd played this differently. That's a really good draw. Jeez. So now I get to go Cryptic into Lyra. Do I have to tap their team next turn? They get to pump Ballista, hit me for 7, so I'm on essentially 6. I don't think I have to tap their team. I kind of like upkeep, bounce a land, tap team though. Ballista is 4 mana to upgrade. I think I'm going to go upkeep, tap team, bounce a land, keep my life total stable, and then I'll slam Lyra. We just have to hope that Lyra can, like, keep us alive just long enough. I think I need to counter with this. They put me to 6, I go to 5, cast Lyra, I'm then like dead to a Tron piece, I guess, but if they go to just upgrade Ballista, I get to bounce Fort Knot, which is absurd. I'm just gonna take this. This is fine. Grafdigger's Cage is also fine. I could bounce land instead of the Fort Knot, since Lyra's gonna keep the Fort Knot at bay. Alright. I need an angel. Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage is surprising against like off 2 to 3 Snapcasters. Not convinced that's correct. I guess it stops surgical extraction. No, it doesn't, right? It doesn't. That's the other one I'm thinking of. That stops surgical. Well, we were punished for not bouncing Fort Knot because they just had another one anyway. And now we can't attack because they have lethal on the way back. That's really annoying. What is this attack? Do they know what First Strike does? Okay, that was an adventure. I guess now we get to start attacking. Autumn 6 Surgical, indeed. Indeed. I could go Stony plus Clique. Or I could just hold up Cryptic. Think of the clock. The clock is fine. Got loads of time. Y'all have not watched this stream before. I think this turn I'm going to Stony plus Clique, because I just want to keep them off Ulamog for as long as possible. Doing it in draw step lets them claim the Stony, I guess. But I assume if they're shooting me, they do not have a claim. Wow, this just killed the Ballista. That's absurd. Alright, I'm going to Clique them. I know we have a dead card in hand, but it doesn't matter. The number of cards we have this game isn't going to matter. It's just whether we get Ulamogged or not. Case in point. They can't cast it this turn, and we get to bounce a land. But they're going to cast a Worm Coil we'll need to bounce. So I guess I have to take the Ulamog. Alright. Then we get to, like, bounce Worm Coil, attack for 8 in the air. I guess we can even just tap their team next turn instead of bouncing the Worm Coil. That also kind of works. I would like to draw an island, please. Not quite. So I can tap their team, bounce the mine, right? Yeah, I came to the same conclusion, Mike. Seems good. Return target permanent, tap all creatures. So we just need them to not have any, like, what could they even have? They need, even Ballista doesn't do it because of Stony, right? Even Ballista doesn't do it. Upheaval. That would be a good one. Upheaval would get there. Fragtusk. Fragtusk actually does something. That's true. And then we have to answer the Worm Coil really quickly. This match was fun. Jeez. Blue-white versus Tron matchup is like a blast. Why is there a cage in play? Could not honestly answer that. Could not honestly answer that. That was... I should kill my opponent, huh? I forgot about first strike. I was about to time out because I forgot about first strike damage. Alright, nice clean 4-1. Pretty great. Open one of these treasure chests as our reward. Ever cheering fanatic attacks. Alright. This does not seem particularly good. I kind of want to run this list for another league. This list is nice. This list is really good. Doesn't play Ancestral Vision, which I'm a fan of. I really like the Serum Visions that league. These were really impressive. They felt much better than Opts. I was very happy with them.